Have you ever stopped to wonder how challenging it truly is to understand another person? Every day we encounter people who wear bright smiles, exude friendliness, and seem almost flawless. But let's be honest. How genuine are those masks they present to the world? How often do we look past the surface and question what lies beneath? We live in a world where outward appearances dominate. Social media, public interactions, and even casual encounters are often just performances. People adopt roles, put on personas, and shield their vulnerabilities behind polished facades. It's easy to get swept up in the show, isn't it? But here's the good news. Understanding who someone truly is doesn't require you to be a professional psychologist or a mind reader. There are two surprisingly simple yet incredibly powerful clues that can reveal someone's character in its entirety. And no, these aren't abstract theories or overly complicated techniques. They're grounded in the everyday behaviors most of us overlook. They're hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone observant enough to notice. Imagine this for a moment. What if you could go beyond the casual words and rehearsed smiles? What if you could perceive the subtle signals that reveal a person's true self? Picture yourself understanding others on a deeper level, not just to see through deception, but to genuinely connect with those who matter and safeguard your energy from those who don't. This isn't just about understanding others, it's about transformation. Learning to read these signals won't just change how you perceive people, it will help you make better choices about who deserves a place in your life. It will empower you to build stronger relationships, avoid unnecessary heartbreaks, and maybe even uncover new truths about yourself. In today's video, we're going to explore these two life-changing signals in detail. Once you recognize them, you'll never see people the same way again. You'll start noticing things you didn't before, patterns, behaviors, and cues that hold the key to understanding what's beneath the surface. So if you're ready to unlock this skill and elevate your connections with the world around you, stay with me. What you're about to learn could revolutionize the way you see and interact with people, and might just change your life. Let's dive in. 1. How a person treats those who can't return the favor. Have you ever noticed how revealing the small, seemingly insignificant moments in life can be? One of the most telling indicators of a person's character is how they treat those who are in no position to offer them anything in return. These interactions, though often overlooked, paint a vivid picture of someone's true nature. Imagine a waiter who accidentally spills a drink, a receptionist struggling to assist during a busy day, or even a passerby asking for directions. The way a person responds in these situations tells a story. Do they show patience and understanding, or do they lash out in frustration? These moments aren't just about good manners, they're about the core of who someone truly is. Empathy and kindness stand out as the hallmarks of authenticity. A person who genuinely respects others doesn't pick and choose who deserves that respect. It's offered freely regardless of social status or perceived importance. A simple thank you, a warm smile, or a polite tone of voice speaks volumes. In contrast, arrogance or rudeness toward those who can't offer anything in return often reveals a deeper insecurity or need for dominance. Social psychologists often emphasize that our behavior toward those with no power over us is one of the purest expressions of our character. This is because these interactions are free from any ulterior motive. There's no agenda, no need to impress, just the raw display of who we are at our core. Take a closer look at how someone behaves in everyday encounters with people who are often overlooked, such as waitstaff, cashiers, janitors, or drivers. Are they polite and patient, or do they act entitled and dismissive? These seemingly small interactions carry enormous weight in understanding someone's values. Experts also highlight that politeness isn't just an inborn trait, it's a conscious habit. Respect and gratitude are choices we make every day, and these choices reflect the level of emotional maturity we've cultivated. Even the smallest gesture, like a sincere smile or taking a moment to acknowledge someone's effort, can make another person feel valued. When someone treats others poorly, especially those who are at a disadvantage, it often stems from their own struggles with self-esteem. Psychology suggests that people who belittle others may be compensating for feelings of inadequacy or insecurity. By trying to assert power over the vulnerable, they mask their own inner turmoil. This behavior is a major red flag in both personal and professional relationships. It indicates an inability to manage emotions and suggests a lack of genuine compassion, traits that can lead to bigger issues down the line. So, how can you spot these clues in your everyday life? Pay close attention to how someone reacts to minor inconveniences or challenges. For example, do they lose their temper over a small mistake made by a server? Are they quick to dismiss someone's effort, or do they acknowledge it with gratitude? Do they make others feel at ease, or do they act as though their own needs are the only priority? Ask yourself these questions as you observe their behavior. Do they treat everyone with respect, regardless of status? Do they express gratitude even in small situations? Are they patient and understanding, or do they let their frustrations take over? The answers can reveal hidden layers of a person's personality. While observing others, it's equally important to take a moment to reflect on your own actions. How do you treat people who can't return the favor? Do you approach them with kindness and respect, or do you find yourself overlooking them in the rush of your daily life? Self-awareness is a powerful tool. By evaluating your own interactions, you not only grow as a person, but also sharpen your ability to understand others. Remember, the way you treat those who can't do anything for you is one of the truest reflections of your character. If you truly want to understand someone's nature, don't focus on their words or the persona they project in the spotlight. Instead, pay attention to how they act in the small, unguarded moments. These fleeting interactions, though quiet, speak louder than any rehearsed speech ever could. And always remember, kindness and respect are the ultimate markers of authenticity. By choosing to treat everyone with dignity, whether or not they can return the favor, you demonstrate strength, confidence, and humanity. 2. The psychological value of keeping promises. Have you ever paused to think about the weight of a promise? At first glance, a promise might seem like nothing more than a polite agreement or a casual nod of commitment. But in reality, it holds a much deeper significance. A promise is more than just words, it's a reflection of your character, a measure of your integrity, and a testament to how much you value the trust others place in you. In today's fast-paced world, where words are often tossed around casually, the act of keeping a promise stands out as a beacon of sincerity and respect. It's a simple yet profound way of saying, "You are important, and I value the relationship we share." But what happens when promises are broken? The impact often goes beyond a fleeting moment of disappointment. Broken promises can create cracks in relationships, erode trust, and even leave lasting scars. Trust is like a delicate thread, strong but fragile, and each unfulfilled promise weakens it just a little more. In this segment, we'll explore the psychology behind promises, why they matter, what they reveal about a person's character, and how honoring your word can strengthen both your relationships and your self-worth. By the end of this discussion, you'll see promises in a new light, not as mere obligations, but as powerful tools for connection, growth, and trust building. When someone keeps their promise, they do more than just follow through on a commitment. They communicate respect, reliability, and emotional maturity. Psychologically, fulfilling a promise sends a clear message. You matter to me, and I respect our relationship enough to honor what I said. It's important to remember that promises, no matter how big or small, carry weight. Whether it's showing up on time for an appointment, delivering on a deadline, or fulfilling a heartfelt pledge, each act of follow-through strengthens trust and credibility. From a psychological standpoint, promises are foundational to how we perceive others and ourselves. Psychologists such as Albert Bandura, renowned for his social learning theory, argue that our consistent actions shape our reputation and self-identity. When we keep our promises, we not only build trust with others, but also reinforce our own sense of integrity. On the other hand, breaking a promise can be surprisingly damaging. It undermines trust, creates disappointment, and tarnishes credibility. When someone fails to keep their word, it sends an unintended message. I don't value this relationship enough to follow through. Over time, repeated broken promises can create a pattern of unreliability that's hard to reverse. A person's approach to promises is one of the most revealing indicators of their character. Consistency is key. Someone who keeps their word, even when it's inconvenient or challenging, demonstrates emotional resilience and a strong ethical foundation. Here's the thing: it's not the size of the promise that matters most. It's the sincerity and effort behind it. A small commitment, like calling a friend when you said you would, can be just as meaningful as a larger gesture. Both reflect the same core values: respect, integrity, and reliability. When observing someone's character, look at how they handle the commitments they make. Are they punctual and respectful of others' time? Do they meet deadlines and follow through even in difficult circumstances? Do they keep their promises, or do they let obstacles become convenient excuses? The answers to these questions reveal whether someone values the trust placed in them or takes it for granted. Let's face it, no one is perfect. Life happens, and sometimes promises are unintentionally broken. But what sets people apart is how they handle these situations. Experts like Brené Brown emphasize that emotional maturity shines through in moments of accountability. A person who acknowledges their mistake, offers a genuine apology, and provides a clear explanation demonstrates respect for the other person and the relationship. This act of accountability not only helps rebuild trust, but also shows a willingness to grow and learn. On the other hand, dismissing or trivializing a broken promise can signal a lack of respect and accountability. People who brush off their commitments often fail to understand the impact of their actions on others. If you want to evaluate someone's reliability, watch how they respond when they can't keep a promise. Do they take responsibility and try to make amends, or do they sidestep the issue? Their reaction speaks volumes about their values. Another key aspect of promise keeping is understanding one's own limits. People who frequently overpromise, whether to impress others or out of a desire to please, often end up under-delivering. While their intentions may be good, the result can still be disappointing. A trustworthy person understands the importance of realistic commitments. They make promises they can keep and avoid setting unrealistic expectations. This level of self-awareness and honesty is a sign of both maturity and respect for others. While observing others is essential, don't forget to turn the focus inward. How often do you keep the promises you make, not just to others, but also to yourself? Consider the personal commitments you've made: starting a new habit, pursuing a goal, or making time for self-care. Are you consistent in following through, or do you let those promises slip? Keeping your word to yourself is just as important as honoring commitments to others. It builds self-trust, boosts self-esteem, and lays the foundation for personal growth. At its core, keeping a promise is about more than just doing what you said you would. It's about building trust, strengthening relationships, and cultivating a sense of integrity. Whether it's a small gesture or a major commitment, each fulfilled promise reinforces the bonds that connect us to others. By paying attention to how people handle their commitments, you can gain valuable insights into their character. And by staying true to your own word, you not only inspire trust in others, but also deepen your sense of self-respect. We hope this discussion has inspired you to think more deeply about the power of promises. If you found value in this, don't forget to subscribe so you can join us for more content on wisdom and personal growth. And if this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might benefit from these insights. Thank you for being here today, and we'll see you in the next video.